What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, who killed masculinity in gaming? I don't know. Actually, I don't. I play a lot of games, but I don't really fucking care. But I'm very curious about what his thoughts on this are. So let's watch a video about who killed masculinity in video games.
I feel like masculinity has slowly been drained from modern video games. I was looking at recent staff photos of Ubisoft and Halo Infinite developers, and it's all starting to make sense.
Wait, does he mean like the game studio? Well,
It's a bunch of fat white liberal women.
yeah.
And white liberal women have no
Why do you have to call him fat though? Because some of these ladies aren't fat. Like most of them aren't fat. But this is a man right here, right? Because I don't know. This is a sea of women. Like damn.
interest in masculine, manly, male characters.
Of course, they don't know how to write men. They're women. It's right. Why would you have a woman write a man? Unless she's a
They wouldn't even
lesbian.
know how to write one if they tried.
Maybe
This
a
is why
butch.
Rockstar, a company founded by men that at least in 2018 was still mostly run by men,
Yeah.
created the magnum opus Red Dead Redemption 2.
And that's why they know for journey all the bumper clown money, man. Yo GTA going on after how much year? 10 years now? 13 years GTA 5 still going on. Yo, or up and drop GTA 6. So that's the need for
A game with a manly, well-written main protagonist, Arthur Morgan. If you want to see the seismic shift away from masculine characters, honestly, all you need to do is play a few games from 2006, and
Yeah.
you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
Gears of War, God of War, fucking God of War, bro. Yo, and look what they make now. Look what they make now. The God of War ain't nothing like God of War 3 was peak, like when you were playing and you just like the ones on the PSP, great. You could, oh my god, those were awesome games. Not to say the ones now aren't great, but like comparatively, the gore, the fighting, it's like day and night, bro. It's day and night. They sanitized
Consider
it
how many
basically.
masculine military games came out in the 2000s. Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, Brothers in Arms, Gears of War, Operation Flashpoint, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell. All of these
All right, look, but the thing is with that era, because I was there for that, right? That was a thing because it was a FPS. Like that's when the Call of Duties and the things were coming out. Like those were the stealth game eras, that the FPS, the shooters. Yeah, those were targeted for like the 13-year-olds, even though like it said mature. Well, no, it does say 13. Yeah. And the Medal of Honor 18, no one gives a fuck about that. Like you turn 13, probably 7. You already are in that shit playing Call of. But yeah, point is that era was the FPS era. Just like, oh, we are in like we're leaving the battle royale era. I don't know where we are. Maybe we're just in like shitty AAA and like good indies. We're in the indie era in terms of like AAA being shit.
games were starring men and had themes like brotherhood, duty, sacrifice, honor. Almost all of these franchises have either been killed off, turned into multiplayer games, or went woke. I often wonder why
And it's so sad because Splinter Cell was great, and it just disappeared. Like, what happened to Splinter Cell?
so few modern games appeal to me. And I think another big reason is this.
True.
Everything is just so gay now. Compare the games I just mentioned to the modern trash we have to deal with in Overwatch and Apex. Almost every character in these new games is either gay, lesbian, bisexual, trans, or something else.
Yeah, like I've literally never seen the point. Like no one fucking cares. Like if it's a story based game and you want to include that in the story, yeah, sure. But like in a game like Apex, I think what Bloodhound was non-binary or whatever. You saw Seer come out and it's like, oh yeah, this is gay. This is a gay man. I think that other guy, Gibraltar, is gay. And it's like, okay, but why do we care? Like, does it matter? Like, none of these care. Like, and then like when they make the whole sexuality of the person some like a whole point in the story for no reason, like Veilguard, and it's like, what are we doing, bro? Let's just make good games. Huh?
Like, what happened to a masculine dude with a hot chick on his arm? I love the idea of
Right.
Xbox Game Pass, but I swear every time I open it up and look for new games, there's just so many games that look gay now. I refuse to play another cutesy 2D platformer or a game with
I understand this dude so much. Like the cozy games, like they're just too much. Like let's just stop. Like who wants those? Well, probably people want, but like not a lot of people want those. Come on, bro.
the cutesy art style by some indie developer anymore. I'm just done with these games. If you want my 100% real thoughts on this, I just think the entire video game industry has gone woke and gay, and almost nothing they are making appeals to me in any way anymore. So this is why
I love that he keeps saying like everything's gay. I haven't heard someone say gay so much, and actually mean it. It's refreshing for some reason.
mostly play 20-year-old games on my channel because they were just better. I was recently reading an insider interview about what went down at Volition Studios
Saints
with
Row.
the disastrous Saints Row reboot from an inside source. This source said that the LGBTQ community within the company was actually pretty small, but they are the loudest and the most annoying, and the company leadership chose to promote these people into key roles.
Of course, they're probably scared of some freaking lawsuit for some freaking reason. Like, what are we doing, bro? This is why you got a shitty Saints Row. Granted, I stopped playing Saints Row after 3. Like, Gats out of hell, that one with the superpower. I like after 3, just cut that shit off. Cut that shit off.
And that's how you get the absolute dumpster fire of a game that was Saints Row 2022. I think what you have at a lot of these game studios is about 80% of the staff is probably just hetero dudes trying to do their job.
Yeah.
But they're afraid of speaking up or saying what they actually think.
True.
And then you have the LGBTQ folks making decisions about what kind of game to make.
The loud minority. Like, it's so freaking annoying. But I feel like it's changing now. Because basically they're realizing it's not selling. Their shit's not selling.
And everything just ends up being safe and soft and sensitive because, oh, we can't hurt anybody's feelings. So, of course, you get these shitty dumpster fire video games that nobody wants to play.
Yep.
After reading a lot of insider interviews at these developers, this is my sense of what has been happening. I also feel like there's this kind of unholy...
Wasn't this person like that? Isn't this like some crazy bitch or something? I remember. Isn't this the guy from the thing? He gave Astrobot Game of the Year. Fuck this nigga. Fuck that nigga.
alliance
Over Wukong, bro? Fuck that nigga.
right now between games
Fuck that nigga.
journalists, white liberal women at game studios, and the LGBTQ
I think she got fired.
community at game
Pretty
studios.
sure she got fired. Fuck that bitch.
And they all seem to be united around one thing. They actually hate gamers. And who are gamers?
True. I would say white liberal men, well, white men, normal. But I'm black. Oh wait, no, there you go. He's black. Normal guys. That's sorry.
Overwhelmingly, well, heterosexual dudes like us, of course.
Yeah.
This recent
I think it moved from hating white men to just hating men overall, and then they realized that there's just a lot of white men in video games, right? So that's where they started. Like when they were in the video game industry, they're like, oh, there's a lot of white men in the video games. Let's just change that, right? So they changed it and put black men in there too, and then like it moved from hating white men to just hating men. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Reddit thread was written by an actual game developer and made me realize this. It reads, headline,
Am I allowed to say this? I kinda hate gamers. I'm a professional game designer and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that wasn't a cishet white man appeared on screen, the chats would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a shooter or a hyper-casual competitive online game garnered zzz and
yeah, men who dress in women's clothes
Ah,
tried to
sorry.
get it canceled. Instead, the game sold 25 million copies.
Bro.
Oops.
And a jump scare.
Remember Elden Ring? Remember how the woke mob tried to accuse FromSoft games of having, quote, problematic depictions of women? Oops.
Like, come on, that was just one stupid fucking article. I think there was like my girlie, the one with the sword dance. I don't remember her name. Scarlet Witch. No. Scarlet Rot Lady. No, remember her name. Yeah, it was about her, and she was being too. And basically, she's too hard. So because she's too hard and she's a woman, men will hate women. That was basically the logic they were trying to use.
Sold 25 million copies. At this point, making an offensive game seems to guarantee that game's
Oh,
success.
no, Russia. Oh.
We could talk about Stellar Blade,
Oof.
pissing off all of the liberal progressives.
Is this how big the dunk is? Like, I can't even play the game, bro. Sony banned the.
And yet everybody went out and bought it. Okay, so in the rest of this
Fuck
video,
Sony.
I want to give you 4 examples of a game or game series going from masculine to feminine or gay, and it basically either killed or ruined the franchise. Number 1, Ubisoft and Red Storm Entertainment. So Red Storm Entertainment was a video game company founded by the legendary Tom Clancy to make Tom Clancy video games.
Oh.
He sold the company
This was I think this is Rainbow Six Siege, right here.
to Ubisoft in the year 2000, and Ubisoft in the 2000s actually had some balls and made some of the manliest games you've ever seen. There were the Splinter Cell games, the Ghost
Great.
Recon games, the Rainbow Six
okay.
games, and
Yeah.
the Far Cry games.
Yeah.
All of these games pretty much feature exclusively men, and these IPs in the 2000s had so much testosterone, just a single glance from a woman in their direction would get her pregnant. I mean, motherfucking Sam Fisher, come on. The dude is the ultimate Giga Chad. Scott Mitchell in Ghost Recon. Now, you pick your own character in Far Cry 2, but it's definitely a manly game that will put hair on your chest.
Yeah.
So what is Red Storm Entertainment up to today? Well, I recently saw that Tom Clancy's The Division Heartland is being led by
Is
a
this
man who dresses in women's clothes in
Oh,
his free
okay.
time.
Is that the Berserk sign, guys? Berserk.
Now, look, I don't
Oh.
give a shit if you want to identify as a dragon
Why the fuck you doing these jump scares, bro?
and go around laying magic eggs, but can we agree that the least masculine
Like, could you just give me a warning jump scare? That would
thing
be
on earth
fun.
you can do is dress in women's clothes? Tom Clancy would be rolling over in his grave right now if he knew the absolute disaster that Red Storm Entertainment had become.
What are they making?
Number 2, Wolfenstein.
Wait, what are they making? What are they making? You didn't tell me what they're making. What the fuck?
So I was recently playing Wolfenstein: The New Order for the first time, which came out in 2014.
It was pretty good.
And I have to say, of all the games I was sure were going to avoid woke Western progressivism, this game was pretty high up there. The first 3 entries of the reboot were all fantastic.
I only played the first one.
They had the badass BJ Blazkowicz, an absolute unit, as the main character, ripping apart entire armies of Nazis
Britta?
with the sexy and smart Anya as his arm candy and wife. Machine Game's first 3 Wolfenstein entries, which came out in 2014, 2015, and 2017, are all great. They have normal men and women doing normal shit in them. Awesome.
I mean, it's not really normal, but you know.
But of course, the woke mob had to get involved somehow. So you have a beloved series with a beloved, tough, male, manly main character. Do you suppose it's a good idea to kill off that guy and replace him with cringy girl boss characters?
Yeah, of course.
Wolfenstein Youngblood came out in 2019, and it's an absolute tone-deaf disaster. So many modern video games, I find myself asking, who wanted this? Who asked for this? I often ask the same thing of the new Star Wars shows by Kathleen Kennedy as well. The Wolfenstein reboot had the perfect synergy of story and gameplay. You are BJ Blazkowicz, unleashing his
I
rage
remember doing this shit, bro. That was so fucking
on the
fun.
Nazis for killing everyone he loved. You see this
When you're escaping from the prison, bro. The testosterone feel that was awesome. Like in Far Cry 3 when you're burning down the wheat field. This one when you're doing that, like you just need moments that get you going, like just action-packed moments. And I think it doesn't even need to be a man sometimes. It's just that from what I'm getting, they don't know how to make games. They don't know how to write compelling stories. What they do is have an agenda, and they're just trying to force their agenda on you. They're not even trying to be subtle with it. They're just literally, it's in your face and everything, right? And that's the sad thing about it. There's no subtlety, there's no nuance. They're not trying to do anything good. They're just saying, okay, I want them to know that, let's say, gay pride is important or respect trans people, and they're just that's the entire game premise. They have one idea, and they made a game with that idea.
come across in his brutal assassinations, like sticking a rusty pipe through the eye socket of an SS Waffen commander. But the setup to Wolfenstein Youngblood is incredibly cringe. In it, you play as BJ's daughters, and they're honestly nothing like him. The first time you kill somebody, they don't really want to do it, and when they finally kill the guy, they have to have lattes and talk about it afterwards. Youngblood is a perfect example of how a cutscene can go so wrong in a game. BJ's setup is perfect and explains to you why you're doing the actions you're doing. BJ's daughters, however, are acting like they're in an episode of Big Bang Theory the whole time, but oh yeah, they just happen to be killing Nazis, and haha, isn't this so funny? It's tonally all over the place and just so full of cringy and awful cinematics, which is ironic because the cinematics in the first 3 games were like so good and short, and they got to the point and they were really emotional and impactful. Example number 3, Gears of War. For a full explanation of...
Okay. I understand the Wolfenstein one. I still don't get the red one, though. The one with the Tom Clancy. No. I know. Rainbow Six Siege. Do you see the things that are happening in Rainbow Six Siege right now? He didn't give me. But I got it. I got his thing. See,
how the woke mob
I'm understanding.
Gears of War. See my video on that game, but I'll keep this short. The first 3 Gears games are an incredible trilogy focusing on the bonds and brotherhood between men.
I haven't
They're
played one
incredibly
yet.
masculine games, focusing on duty and sacrifice and military orders. And I know some of you hate this, but for 10,000 years, it's only been men fighting wars. Sorry. The first 3 games focus on Marcus, Dom, Cole, and Baird and tell a masculine story of brotherhood. Well, the progressive...
And you know the thing is, with men fighting wars, that's fine because women are and children, like basically women can make more children and children need to grow up so they could make more children. You get what I'm saying? So men fighting wars is basically a natural thing. So why are we trying to shove women in it? Let's just leave women out of wars. Children are already out of war. Let's leave women out of wars. If you want to join a war, all right, fine. Like, be dumb.
woke mob somehow got to Gears of War, and Gears 4 and 5 are about sisterhood, motherhood, being a traitor, and what it feels like to be a woman.
What?
They introduced the character of Kate Diaz, who I don't think anybody gives a single fuck about.
Of course.
What they should have done is put Kate in a spin-off game, not a mainline Gears entry.
Like, why would you do that anyway? You are already, for 3 games, you're catering to men. Why would you not decide to continue catering to men in your 4th entry? Does that make sense to you? Are you retarded? Hello?
But here's the problem, of course, nobody would have bought it. So unfortunately, Gears 4 and 5 are basically girl boss,
he's right. No
feminist
one...
Gears of War, and any masculine story about men is put on the back burner. Of course, the games include Baird and Marcus in them, but they're really on the back burner. And Gears is now
they're only there to like draw you back in. They'll put them in the cutscene and junk. Cause like, oh yeah, but you're probably mainly focusing with the girl because
about Kate Diaz,
yeah,
who I've never talked to a Gears fan even cares about. Moving on, example number 4, the Saints Row reboot. Saints Row spent 10 years building up characters and building up a very distinctive and edgy and male sense of humor. It's the kind of stuff you and the guys would laugh at.
Yeah.
Some of the recurring characters in Saints Row are Johnny Gat, Julius, Aisha, Shondi, and several others. In these games, the men are men and the women are women. Johnny is edgy and hilarious and always has a hot chick on his arm. The humor is crude and hilarious, and the Saints are always getting into trouble. So what went wrong with the reboot? Well, the woke 2022...
Everything went wrong with the reboot. Come on, bro. The story was shit. The gameplay was boring. I think it was a glitchy mess. That's why I said they don't know how to make a fucking game. They only have an agenda that they want to push on you. And they're trying to use games medium as the vehicle. Right? And they keep trying to use popular franchises that have years of goodwill built up. And you just fuck it up with one game. Like, again, Dragon Age franchise, fucked up. Saints Row, gone. Gears of War, fucked up. I think Halo. Wait, is Halo having that problem, or just Halo fucked up with a different reason? Like, they just can't make games overall.
Reboot thought it was a good idea to kill off every single character from the old...
You know, I would say The Last of Us, but part 1 was good, and part 2... was problematic. Well, I've still never played part 2 because they killed Joel, bro, and they like I I have so many problems with The Last of Us 2, and I haven't even played it. But the one was great. Even the online, bro, I loved factions. Was
Saints
it
Row games,
factions? It
and
was
I
great.
guess they thought we would be cool with that. But don't worry, all of the beloved characters you've come to know and love have been replaced with tokenistic characters from a literal seminar on diversity. You've got the gay Asian man, the girl boss lesbian, another girl boss lesbian,
black
and
dude.
the gay black guy.
Wait, yeah, he's gay?
The
Of course he
LGBTQ
is.
mafia didn't just kill Saints Row, they crucified it on a rainbow flag. And this is what you get, guys. This is what you fuckers get for supporting these people. They turn out shitty games that aren't funny, that aren't cool, that aren't masculine. So stop hiring these people.
The thing is, again, the game doesn't even need to be masculine per se. If it's a good game, like for me, I would say a non-masculine game that I really like is fucking Parasite Eve on third birthday on the PSP. Right, that was a good game. You played as a woman, you were fucking shooting, you had a gun, doing a bunch of shit. It was great. It wasn't a masculine game, but it was a really good game. It was made good. It felt good to play. The loop, the story was great. Right, they didn't have an agenda they were trying to push on you. They were just trying to make you a good game. So it's not really being masculine or feminine. It's just they don't know how to make a fucking game.
Game developers need to stop putting gay stuff in games, and they need to fire every liberal white woman if they want us to ever buy a game again. Because I'm serious, we are done with this shit. We're not buying these games.
Yeah, again, like it's not really the gay thing. It's really just them not knowing how to make a game.
Like Phil Spencer is out here complaining about how people aren't spending as much money on games anymore. I guarantee if you give us hetero dudes hot chicks in games again and manly men, you will see sales go through the roof. Bring back the glory days.
This I actually will agree with him, because hot chicks and manly men do sell games to boys, young boys, grown men. They will fucking buy your game, and that's the demographic you mainly want to target, because young girls and women, yeah, they play games, but they're not your main market, bro. Like, be fucking for real. Are you fucking retarded? Yeah, this is I can agree with 100%. He's right.
I have this theory that in a few years we're going to see a turn back to the golden era of video games, and people are going to start buying games again.
Yeah, it's
I
already
recently
happening.
saw this crazy chart from 2023 that basically showed that people are only playing old games these days. Nobody wants to play anything that's new out right now because it's all woke and it all sucks so bad. So anyway, guys,
I know we have a lot of live service. Fortnite, let me see, Call of Duty comes out a lot. GTA again, 13 years. Fucking GTA. Anyway, guys, I see this is the end of the video. So like this video, this is a good video. He is right about most of what all. I would say most. Because again, I wouldn't say it's the masculine or the female or the gay. Like, it's literally just don't know how to make a fucking game. Black girl boss fatigue. These two, they are. It is. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Tell me your thoughts down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in another. Yeah. I'll see you guys.